Today, on the 12th of April 2023, I'm going to take you on a trip out and about in Blackpool. We begin with the Rose Garden, which is part of the Stanley Park. It is a lovely place. Unfortunately, although the plants have been sowed in the month of November or December, and they've started growing quite well, they have not yet bloomed. From the geography of the park, you can see that it is quite well designed. It has geometrical shapes, places where you can walk or bicycle, and a central area where there is a stone memorial. I do not know if you can read all this, but it is dedicated to a gentleman who was famous for his comedy as well as for his music. As I go around this memorial, I realize that his name is Mr. Sharrell, and his last name is kind of eroded, but it looks like it also begins with a C. A likeness of him is actually made in the center, and that is so amazing. We are going to move on from here now and proceed further. As you have seen here, that was the Rose Garden. The Stanley Park is a huge place which has many sections, including the Rose Garden, the Italian gardens, many sports facilities, a huge water body, and also a dramatically designed cafe which exists even after it was installed over 100 years ago. What I'm going to do is to take you through certain sections of this park, so please enjoy. And if you're so far not elected to like these videos or to subscribe to my channel or to click on the bell icon, kindly consider doing so. Thank you. Okay, so the next few photographs are of the ubiquitous pigeons that come to feed. While I also fed them, this particular family was quite engrossed in feeding them. Pigeons come in many colors, but they all flock together when food is out and about. And this is exactly what happened. In addition, many other birds also came to feed because the family threw some food at them. This included swans and other water birds, as you can see. I now take you to what are called the bowling greens. These are a little away from the water body. These are large, well-mowed, lawn-like places where people come sometimes just to kick around football, sometimes to walk the dog, at other times to maybe play other ball games or just simple running games as well. The actual bowling greens are pretty big and they are divided into about 6 sections. On the other side you can see the clubhouse kind of thing and also the public toilets, which are the brown colored structures on the far end. I love walking on these bowling greens because they offer the resistance of a not so well tended ground, but at the same time are reasonably safe to walk on. Now we are going to go out of these and into other sections of the park. I'm going to come to the parking lot in a few seconds. The Rose Garden is up at the other end. So this is the parking lot of Stanley Park. It's pretty small and can accommodate only 35 or 40 cars. But the road into the park also allows for one-sided parking, and another 40 or 50 cars can easily sit on that route. Just across the parking lot is the Stanley Park Visitor Center, which has been in existence for many years. It is maintained by the Blackpool Council as well as an NGO called the Friends of Stanley Park. A meeting was on, and so I moved away. On the other side of this is the famous Art Deco structure, which is known as the Parks Cafe. The Parks Cafe is run by a private family and serves good food, excellent drinks, desserts, and is run by a couple that is very warm and welcoming. I couldn't meet them today though. I'm going to go inside this cafe as it is getting quite wintry and rainy and windy. As you can see, the outside tables and chairs are completely unoccupied. Across the park cafe is the way to the Italian gardens and the tower in the distance, which has a clock that is broken. So here I am inside the cafe and I am going to partake of a small dessert as well as have a cup of coffee. You can see the steam rising from my coffee, and this is the cherry cake that I had along with it. The cherry sponge cake was actually quite delicious. Unfortunately, it made the coffee taste very bland, as the coffee was drunk after I had some of the cake. It's delicious, no doubt about it. Forgive my appearance as I seem to enjoy the taste of this particular cake. On the back side you can see the serving area, and I'm quite friendly with a couple of servers. Come and have coffee with me if you wish to. The cafe also has a bar, which you can see now, and a section which opens on a window outside, which has ice creams, desserts and other stuff. Sometimes when the cafe is closed, only that section remains open for people to get things from. As you can see in the serving area, there are rows upon rows and shelves upon shelves of sandwiches and desserts. This then, my friends, was the Parks Cafe. I come out and show you a little bit now of the Italian gardens. As we go to the Italian gardens, we can see now that the flower beds have been filled with flowers by the maintenance people. There are the two Medici lions on each side of the entrance. The gardens themselves are circular and have flowers as well. In the center of the gardens is a water fountain. On a bright sunny day, the gardens are absolutely full of people, including children, adolescents, bikers, old guys and girls and women, and people of all shades and colors. The Italian gardens are actually a very beautiful place within the Stanley Park. The flowers are all there, as you can see, but there are no people today. These are flowers along the sides, and these are pretty much similar to the flowers that have been put inside the flower beds within the Italian garden. I just wanted to show you what they are. However, all across the park, there are the wild daffodils which are blooming everywhere. These are both white and yellow in color, and they are growing wildly in all directions. You can now see the large water body that is the pride of Stanley Park. This water body extends in an L-shaped form and has activities and a lot of fun things to do. These particular flower beds are located just outside the Parks Cafe and are quite interesting to see. They have now planted tulips in this, and as we go across to them, you can see the tulips have started budding and flowering and even blooming. Not all flower beds have tulips though, and I saw a few where the tulips were there but not yet blooming. In others, the tulips were in full bloom. As you can see here, that was the case. I'm now going to take you to the promenade. I took my car there, parked it in a safe place, and then started walking. Across the parking lot was this garden-like place, which was very pretty to see. On one side of it is a chain of hotels, and it is believed that the number of hotels in Blackpool are far more than in any other city or town in the UK. When we go across to the other side of this beautiful little garden, you can see the Irish Sea in all its glory. It extends everywhere on the western coast of Blackpool. And the Blackpool Council has done well to develop the promenade so that people can come and spend endless hours either walking, cycling or fishing. My final stop was this subway next to the Sainsbury's. I will show the video of Sainsbury's a little later. But before that, let me take you to the town centre, where I am going to show you a few selected places. This is the Winter Gardens, and the Winter Gardens is absolutely magnificent in size. On a different day, I will take you inside them and show you what they are. They have a lot of activities indeed. From the back side of the shopping arcade, you can see the Blackpool Tower. This is the way to the shopping arcade, and it has shops on the exterior. And just opposite this is the large Marks and Spencer outlet, which is at risk of being closed down soon. We enter the shopping arcade known as the Houndshill shopping arcade, and I'm going to give you a little glimpse of the kind of shops that are here. The actual video was about 4 or 5 minutes long, but I've truncated it to keep the total length of the video manageable. The shops are in no way comparable to large shopping arcades in big cities, whether in the UK or anywhere else in the world. But they still provide a lot of fuel to people to come and splurge and buy things which they may or may not need. One such place is this. It is called as the Henry's Sweets, and it was full of fudges, chocolates, licorice, lollipops and the like. It looks like they don't sell too well because they have diversified with soft toys, drinks and even stationery. Be that as it may, I am just taking you on a small kind of trip. Not everything is visible though, as the lighting was not very great. But they serve the chocolates and they store them in these large Victorian glass jars, which are a delight to see. They even sell the empty jars for about 2 to 3 pounds each, so that you can fill them up with sweets of your own choice. From there I went to the Nero Cafe, which is located there, and as I sat there I could see a perfume shop on the opposite side. After having the coffee, which is on the title page, I also went out to the Sainsbury's. Once again, I'm just showing you a few of the things that Sainsbury has. This time I'm taking you through their gardening department and showing you huge number of things that they sell, including garden toys, lights, lamps, and decorations of all kinds. They also have the actual pots, including these bird houses and so many other things. These are the fake plants which people can put, whether they want to put them inside the house or in the actual garden. But also across the aisle they had real plants for sale. That brings me to the end of today's videos. I hope you enjoyed listening to stuff that I rolled out. Thank you so much for watching and have a good evening.